Hello Vlogmas friends. I have just spent some time reading through your comments on yesterday's video where I talked about where I stand currently with dating and all of that. And I just want to say, first of all, thank you to everybody who shared their experiences with online dating and also their stories about meeting their partners and just all the love and support. It's just so nice to hear those things, and I really appreciate it. And I'm glad it seems like you guys really liked that video. I didn't think I was being particularly funny, but apparently it was hilarious in parts. I don't know. I just wanted to answer a few of the most common comments, questions I saw. Yeah, I'm not in a rush. I'm not gonna rush into anything, you guys. Definitely not. That's not the plan. But I am ready to start, like, putting myself out there. So that's what all I was trying to say. I think I even mentioned it in the video. I'm not looking to like jump right into a really serious relationship, but I just want to start putting myself out there and open myself up to a possibility of meeting somebody. And I don't think that's going to happen unless I like literally put myself out there. So that's that. Second of all, of course, like as many percents as there can be. My children are my priority, and their safety and well-being is absolutely the most important thing to me. I also, would like to have love in my life, in terms of a partnership at some point. I don't think being a good mom means I can't do the other thing. And not that some of you were implying that, but it's definitely a thread I picked up on. And I'm not going to judge anybody for making any choices they make on timing and stuff. I know for me, myself, I feel ready to be dating. That being said, I am not going to put my children in any harm's way out of choices that I make, if I could help it at all. Of course, you can't protect your children from everything in the world, but there are definitely things you can do. I would not introduce my children to a new partner till I was minimum 6 months exclusive with somebody. Minimum. So I've thought about that a lot, actually, and that I feel like I'm going to definitely err on the side of caution when it comes to my kids and introducing them to people. They're not just going to meet people that I just, are starting to see or casually seeing or only just beginning to be in a serious relationship with. So that's something I put a lot of thought into. I'd have to know that there was serious commitment, long-term commitment, that sort of thing. Also, because I share custody, that opens up some time and space for me to date when I'm not on what I call active mommy duty. So I can see people and get to know people and get into a relationship eventually without involving my children at all. And for a while. I think those were the most common concerns I saw that I just wanted to address and kind of fill you in on my perspective. Like I said, I'm not going to judge people. You do what makes sense to you and your family. That's just from my perspective and where I'm coming from as a very green dater. This is very new. So, yeah. Today what I wanted to do is I'm kind of in the mood to attack some small projects around the house. It is my absolute goal to completely unpack the office and get that all set up and organized by the end of the week. And I will be doing that, sharing that on Vlogmas. But it's a little overwhelming, right? Any big project is. And I find that whenever I need to pump myself up for a bigger project, I will do some smaller projects that are easy and fast, but make a big impact. And that gives me a lot of motivation and inspiration to move into the bigger projects. So I thought I'd take you along with me today, and we would work through some of those things. So first of all, Definitely want to tidy up our shoe situation in the mudroom a little bit. We'll do that. I've had this toolbox sitting in my hallway for months, and I just need to put the tools in the toolbox. That's all I have to do. But why have I been putting it off? I don't know. Don't ask me. And then lastly, I'm trying to make it a point to work on finishing these bookshelves. I shared about these in a video. I've been painting these bookshelves up in my room with this beautiful chalk paint. And I finished painting them a couple of weeks ago, but it's been taking me a really long time to finish them, to seal them with the special wax, because I've been doing several coats. They have to dry for 24 hours between coats, and honestly, I just keep kind of putting it off. So today I want to put a second coat on the first half of the shelves, and then tomorrow I'm hoping to paint, to wax a whole other unit. So I'll show you what I mean when we go upstairs. I have to be a little quiet because Donnie is sleeping. So I might just show you and like put in some words or something. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like I can do those few projects in the next hour or so, and that will. I think that will just help get the ball rolling on the organizational like mojo. So let's go do it. Thought I'd show you just a quick little swap up I'm doing here with things I actually just have on hand. So this is our mudroom I'm sitting in, and this is the bench where we sit to put our shoes on. Custom built-ins that I designed to work with this space. And what I had been doing, I just kind of threw the kids' shoes in a basket because that's how I had stored them up until this point. With their feet being so little, they're only 2 and 4, it worked well. But now you can see they're getting bigger feet. The boots don't fit as well, and I want something a little bit more accessible, I think, for them. So I actually had these shoe racks from the old house, and I brought a couple over. I think I'm only going to need one. Obviously, only one's going to fit. And I'm going to switch this up a bit to see if I can make it just a little bit more accessible. I also like to be able to fit my shoes under there. That basket has old shoes that don't fit them anymore that I was holding on to until I was sure, like as we made the transition from one size to another, but now I can get rid of those, so that can go. So let's see what this turns into. So I'll do here we'll give you a proper before, and then I'll come back with an after. And here's your after. That took literally 2 minutes. Obviously their sneakers would go on the bottom. Kind of put their most used shoes at the moment at the bottom. On the, what do we call this? Like a rain catcher? One of these trays, a boot tray? Boot tray. And then the shoes that they're not wearing as much because they're more spring summer shoes, I put up on the top rack. And then I can swap them as the season changes. So yeah, I really like that. It would be nice maybe to get a little rack for my shoes too. Actually, there might be a kitchen rack I have. Like a square kitchen rack that I could do something like that, because I'd love to be able to put my sneakers and then my winter boots down there too. But I do have a hall closet literally next to this room where I keep all that stuff currently. It's just nice to have anything wet stay in here because it's tile and easier to clean up than the wood floors, which I also don't want like getting snow and ice on. So yeah, that was super easy and really effective. Didn't cost a dime. I've been putting this off for literally like forever. I bought this toolbox from the Home Depot. It was not very expensive. Let me adjust the camera and I'll give you kind of like more of a bird's eye look. So it's very simple construction. Big bottom and lots of empty space, and this top that just sits right there, this top tray. I've had my tools in a reasonable soft-sided bin for like over a dozen. And I'm feeling like maybe that's not the best way to store them anymore. So I'm just gonna put everything in this box for now, and maybe I'll do more creative organization with it later. But I'm not sure if my power drill is gonna fit in like my bits. I feel like maybe I have to store my power drill and my bits separately. But let's see. By the way, the Bosch brand for power drills is the way to go. All right, let's do this. I'm just going to give you a very, very quick, this is not like the perfectly organized toolbox, but in my experience with tools, you just kind of rummage around for things. I might eventually do like a dedicated tool bench in my garage, but for now this will suffice. So I decided to store my drill and drill bit case separately, and I'm keeping all of these things in my mudroom for now. Which is another space that I need to organize at some point, but that might not happen this month. But when I organize it, you can be sure I will share it. So on the top drawer, I put kind of my most used things, different Allen wrenches in different sizes, my level, pencil, tape measure. I keep my like retractable tape measures in my kitchen everything drawer because I use them a lot. I don't want to have to grab the toolbox every time. I have my wrenches here. My screwdrivers are out because I'm using them for a different project, but they would go right here. So that's kind of my most used stuff, and then any like loose nails and things. And then I just kind of clump everything else in the bottom. I don't think you can really see it very well, but I've got my mallet and my hammer and some spreaders. Exactly what we call these for like spackle and stuff. And different nails and screws in different sizes. Essentially all that stuff is down there. And that took literally, I don't know, 5 minutes. In my mudroom, I have a little bin that I put different kinds of tapes in. So I'm just gonna put all these, yes, Winnie? Duct tapes and electrical tapes that I really never use, but it's good to have. I'm not gonna throw them out. And then I have a couple of things that dried out that I have to toss in this pencil. Let's see better days. So that was a super easy project. I'm gonna put these things away. And then we will go work on waxing the shelves. Oh boy, it gets dark so early now. So these are not gonna show up true to color because I had to put the lights on. They look much more cool toned in person. They actually match the furniture really well, but it's much grayer, like cool gray. Anyway, so I did the 2 coats of wax on the first piece, so that's done. I still have to do the other 3. It takes me about 2 hours to wax just one of those once. So I think that's why I've been putting it off. Every time I start filming, this one has to have a drink. I get some questions about why she drinks from a water stand. That's just the way she was raised from birth, because Shih Tzus with long coats, when they dip their faces into water bowls, they can be prone to bacteria growth and stuff. So I just kept up with that, with the water stand, because that's how she was raised as an itty bitty puppy, was to drink from that. So why change it? Anyway, I'm going to be working on this week too, but that's not what I'm doing today, because that's not a little project, that's a big project. So here in my office, you can see I have 9 shelves. That's half the shelves, and I've already done 2 coats on one side, and I have to put the second coat on the other side. I'm going to do that now. It'll probably take me about a half an hour, but then that will be done, and I'll let that dry for a day, and then I can put out the other ones and work on those tomorrow or the next day. Gotta get this done, just little bits at a time. Done. That feels good to have that done. This is the chalk paint wax, and the brand is Annie Sloan. It really is beautiful paint and products to work with. But I mean, I think it's time consuming, and it's worth it in my opinion. And if you're curious, these are shop towels. You need a lint-free towel to buff off the wax, and that's just what the lady at the stockist suggested. So that's what I'm using. I just had to show you guys the my tea advent calendar for today. Look! Came with this beautiful white tea, which I can't wait to open and look at. But also, this little tea bag squeezer. So cute. And it comes with a little tea bag, so you can do it in a bag if you want. This tea smells so good. I'm gonna brew this right now. Can you hear my water boiling in the background? I just love that this tea advent calendar comes with accessories. Like you got the tumbler, huge, and the matcha whisk, and now the tea bag squeezer. Speaking of the matcha whisk, I spoke to the folks at Steepology yesterday after the tea debacle with the matcha and my confusion. So apparently there's interactive guides on Steepology's Instagram, and also I believe their website and their Facebook. I hope I'm right, but I know at least they're on Instagram for sure, where they go through the tea for every day and kind of share with you more information about it, what kind of tea it is, and any of the accessories that come with it. So that whisk is actually for a future day. Spoiler alert, there's gonna be a genuine matcha powder tea on one of the future days. So the whisk will come in handy for that. Like I said in yesterday's video, I'm delighted to have it. I don't have one of those, and matcha is something I would like to get more into drinking. But I just wanted to share that because I talked at length yesterday about my confusion with the whisk situation. But yeah, that's brewing. I have just a couple minutes until I have to scoop Donnie, well, literally a couple minutes, and go get pick Cece up. But yeah. Doing those few little projects gave me a lot of inspiration and motivation to tackle bigger projects. And I think I'm gearing up. I'm getting ready to work on the office. I really do want to wrap up those bookshelves. And I also need to get the shelves off the floor in my office so I can properly work in that room and in putting, unpacking in that room. So that's going to be my goal over the next 2 days, is to finish up the shelves and waxing the bookcases so I can get all that stuff out of there. And like I said, my deadline by the end of the week is to unpack the office. Does not have to be perfect. I just want the boxes gone and I want everything put away. So probably this weekend I will work on that when I have a little bit more free time to do that. But anyway, I don't know, I just thought I'd share because I feel like these little projects, they really make a huge, huge difference. So if you feel like there's things that you could work on in your house, but you just, they just seem insurmountable, or just, even if they're not, sometimes it can just feel that way. My advice is pick something really small, like your kitchen everything drawer, or junk drawer, whatever you want to call it. Or like I did, organizing the kids' shoes, or the toolbox, or whatever. Pick a little thing, or if it's a project like painting something that you have to do, or hang. I have so much artwork to hang, but I'm still kind of settling into the house before I figure that out. And I want to have some bigger pictures printed and framed of us to have around the house too. So that's all coming, but yeah, little things add up to inspire, motivate you to tackle bigger things. That's been my experience, at least. I feel good. So thank you, Vlogmas crew, for the push. You didn't know it, but filming for you gave me motivation to tackle the small projects, which is giving me motivation to tackle the big projects. So thank you for your motivation, and I will catch y'all tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. Take very good care. And thank you again for all of your lovely, helpful, funny, caring, supportive comments on yesterday's video. It really means a lot to me. All right, guys, take very good care. Bye.